So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how I saved my first $5,000 at the age of 27. Now, context for proof, this is not exactly $5,000 because I just paid off my credit card, which if I go into my uploads and upload this is the credit card I paid off, which is Zip Pay. So I just paid it off. So hence why this amount here doesn't exactly equate to 5k, which is 4,200, 4,300, about that amount. Now, the complete honest way that I was able to do this was honestly cool, since that ambulance is over and out of the way. So this is my full-time position. I recently went into my full-time position about 2 months ago, but besides that, I've been working for probably about 7 years at this point, and this about 5k in savings and this credit card payoff has come about in the past maybe 3-4 months. I made more progress in 4 or 5 months than I have in 7 years, and the main attribute to this is literally just me working more. So as you can see here, for the past, I think 2 months, I don't know if this is updated because our system is slow, $4,152. As you can see, overtime 8.10 hours, normal hours 72 hours, overtime at time and a half, which is 12.5 hours, overtime at 2.5, which is a public holiday, which was 6 hours. Now I'm working about 50-60 hours a week. Every week, I believe this pay slip here is about 2 weeks because there was recently a public holiday a couple of weeks before in Australia, and I also worked on the weekend, so hence the OT times 2 times 1.5 times 2.5, and there was a night shift prem, whatever that is, but more money. It's 31 bucks. I'm not going to change my life, but hey, you know, more money is more money. Of course, more money, more problems. Oh man, you're going to pay taxes. Yes, I'm going to pay more taxes. Obviously, that's because that's how it works. There's no avoiding it unless you're doing something illegal, which I don't recommend. If you want to save your first $5,000, the most important thing I can tell you to do, especially if you're young and in your 20s, which is simply by saving the money, not spending on dumb stuff. Because what I would do, which is what I think a lot of guys do, is they save a portion of their money, they save a good amount of it, then before you know it, they saved 3, 4, 5 grand, and they blow 2, 3, 4 grand on something like a car piece, for example. If you're a car guy, maybe you bought an engine or whatever. Or me, I like gaming, I like PCs, I upgrade my PC, it's fun but expensive. So I completely cut that out. I'm literally recording this on my laptop, which is a fairly decent laptop, cost me $2,000, and I've not upgraded my PC despite it being 10 years old, and I need to upgrade it because it's completely kaput. But I've just been focused on saving money, and I've been able to pay off my Zip Pay. Now, about a month, maybe 2 months ago, this was at negative 30, I believe, and as you can see, 1,500 all paid off. While this is still relevant, I saved 4 grand. And please, if you have the opportunity to do overtime, making more money, you'll be able to save more money instead of being frugal. You should combine frugality with making more money and save a difference. Because if I earn on average without doing any overtime, let's say for example $1,000 a week, and I do overtime and I do weekend work at my company, then I'm gonna save that extra amount of money that I have. So if we just do the maths on this, so we made 535.57 plus 619.87 plus 545.49 plus that hourly contribution, whatever it was on Public Holiday. But the extra $1,733, which is something extra I can make. Plus, I always save half of what I regularly make. So if it's $1,000 a week, then I would say $2,233, which is pretty much half of $5,000 just in 2 weeks, which is about $1,116 per week if you get paid weekly. So I beg you, if you're trying to save money, combine the ability to live frugally. Don't buy dumb stuff. I know it's tempting to buy dumb stuff, and you see all these advertisements for everything. Don't buy anything. Literally buy nothing, upgrade nothing, do with what you have, and save money first. Then maybe if you want to spend money on, let's say, a new computer, new car thing, you want to invest into some sort of online course, then go ahead and do that. And talking about courses, I am definitely thinking of opening up a group coaching sort of one-on-one community if you are interested. Now the group structure would be everything from finances, just like if I was giving advice to my friend, self-improvement, and we'll talk about side hustles because I have a Shopify store, which is, e-commerce. I'm making some money out of that, as well as I'm also getting paid some money for these videos. I have other channels which are still generating me money from, a couple of years ago. It's not much money, but some money is better than no money at all. So the biggest key factor to this, because we've been recording for about 8 minutes, is simply save your money, put it in a high interest savings account, such as ING if you're Australian. This gives me about, I think it's 5 or 6% instead of these savings accounts, which is your standard, 0 point whatever, and pay off your debt if you have debt. Or what I am currently doing is I'm saving up 10 grand first, then paying off all my debt after that. It doesn't matter how it's done as long as it's done, and work overtime and work as many hours as you can. As you can see, this is not really normal hours. As we can see, we have 72.20 plus 8.10 plus 12.50 plus 6.60 plus that extra hour thing or whatever. 100 hours divided by 2, working 50 hours a week. Now this is just one example. I've done it for way more than that, of course, but earn more money, don't spend money, and save a good amount. Don't buy dumb stuff, and you'll eventually get to 5 grand. If you guys want any other tips or whatever regarding finances, like if I was speaking to a friend, then comment something below. And if you are interested in that community where we talk about self-improvement, fitness, money, side hustles, stuff like that, and mindset, then chuck me a message on Instagram. I'll link below. See you guys next time. Hope this helped you, and if there's anything you want to know, leave it in the comments. I'll get back to you.